Yo, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking the Vegas economy, the recent downturn in tourism here in Las Vegas, and how this may or may not impact our real estate market. Before we get going though, do me a huge favor, shoot this video a like, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. All right, just popping over here real quick to the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority. Gonna look at some tourism numbers. Now, I had a video about a month ago talking about what I was experiencing at Harry Reid International Airport as I travel about once or twice a month back to Tacoma, Washington to still sell real estate. And by the way, not selling real estate here in Las Vegas anymore. Definitely going to keep you guys up to date on what I'm seeing in the real estate market, as real estate's been just such a big part of my professional and personal life. I like keeping track of it. So, anyways, I digress. The visitor volume is down here in Las Vegas. Looking at numbers from March 2025, it's showing that we're down 7.8%. The good news here, though, is that convention attendance is up 10.2%. Now, I was reading an article today on Fox 5 News, and it said that about 15% of our total visitors come from conventions. So the fact that this is up is a good thing for us to help mitigate this basically lack of tourism, this lack of visitors, the lack of visitors coming to Las Vegas here in 2025. All right, so how is this going to impact the Las Vegas housing market? Probably too early to tell. However, we're on Zillow. We're going to use Zillow and Redfin. Zillow today for some market data. Now, I don't have access to the MLS, so I'm hoping this will do for you guys. The average sales price in Las Vegas is $431,505. Now, this is up 4.5% from this time last year. And it also says that homes are going pending around 31 days. Now, if we scroll down here, we're going to get some more information. Now, Zillow, they say the 1-year forecast is looking up. Now, they don't have a percentage on this, but they're definitely saying right now it's looking to go up. Now, time will tell on this. Now, this number right here, this is the inventory number, the active inventory. And as this number looks pretty big to me, 7,242. I would assume this is up quite a bit from this time last year. Now, this data right here is from March 31st, 2025. There's 2,136 new listings. The median sale to list ratio is 98.8%, meaning homes are going for about 1.2% less than list price. The median sales price is $415,667, and the median list price is $453,000, and that's based on March 31st, 2025. Now, this stat's pretty cool. 18.3% of sales are going over list price, and that's from February of this year. And then 60.2% of sales are going under list price. And again, that's from February 2025. Now, again, 31 median days on market. Now, if we scroll over here, we're going to see basically market data for the median sales price, maybe the average sales price, I can't tell here, over the last 9 years here, basically since Zillow's been tracking this. As you can see, we've had a steady increase over the years. Obviously, we have this top here in 2022, then rate hikes, we see a dip, and now we're starting to trend back up. And then just real quick before we get into some reasons why I don't personally think that the real estate market here in Las Vegas is going to crash, especially not like 2008. That was for all homes. You can do single family, pretty similar graph here. And then let's look at condos real quick. Yeah, pretty similar graph there as well. But anyways, I digress. Before we jump into some of the reasons why I don't think that the market's going to crash, especially like 2008, we're going to look at some Las Vegas rental market trends here. So the average rent in Las Vegas is $1,758. That compares to $2,005 for the national average, 0.6% month over month change. So it's went up slightly, which I don't know if that's accurate because I swear I saw something local that said it has decreased, but drop a comment below if you know if rent has actually decreased here in Las Vegas in 2025. Then 2.9% year over year change. And then here's a graph. It just compares it to Las Vegas compared to the United States. And you can see pretty solid increases here, kind of a little bit of a flattening out, some dips there as well, but still below the national average. Now, why do I personally think that we're not going to see a big dip in home prices? I'm not saying they might not dip a little bit, but this is why I don't think that we're going to see any super crazy corrections that a lot of people, especially people that do not own homes, would like to see so that they can get into the market. But in order to see a decrease of 2008 levels, we don't want to see that. I don't think people personally want to see that. That means the economy, especially here in Las Vegas, is going to be in complete shambles. But nonetheless, this is the main reason why Las Vegas Valley has been underbuilding homes for 15 years per an UNLV report. And I knew this just being in real estate in the Washington area. The lack of inventory, the lack of new build inventory since basically 2008 has been horrendous, and it's way behind schedule. And this is part of the reason why we have seen crazy increases in home prices. Yes, 3% rates during the COVID era definitely didn't help things, but absolutely the lack of inventory. And I think you can kind of see that because we've had rate increases over the last few years, and home values have still steadily went up, not at 2020, 2021 type appreciation percent numbers. However, 4.5% year over year, not a bad return with all things considered. Beginning in 2010, there was a 64% drop in permits, nearly 3 times as large of a drop than the national average of 23% during that same time period. I'm going to scroll down here a little bit further. It says that McCoy added that if the pace of construction between the years of 1995 and 2003 had stayed on course, the data suggests an additional 281,381 residential structures would have been built between 2010 and 2025. He said home prices began to rise at an average annual rate of 7.2% between 2010 and 2025. And in contrast to that, between 1995 and 2003, home prices rose at an average annual rate of 4.7%. And then this is quite interesting as well. Since 2010, the annual home price appreciation is 52.3% higher than it was before 2003, added McCoy, but the pace of construction is 64.2% less when comparing the number. Pretty simple supply and demand stuff right here. All right, then this article right here, this doesn't help the average homeowner, the average person living in Las Vegas, obviously, but luxury homes are helping stabilize the real estate market here in Las Vegas. It says right here, it's defying odds. Now, I'm not going to read this whole article, but from what I know is we have over 30% of home purchases that are going in cash. There's a lot of corporate buyers. Clearly, we've all seen the numbers of the number of Californians moving to Las Vegas, driving up home prices. So personally, with the amount of influx of people coming to Las Vegas still, the amount of luxury homes that are selling, and the fact that we have underbuilt for so many years, I just don't see the real estate market here actually having a crazy downturn, even with the lack of tourism that we're experiencing here in 2025. But I'd love to get your thoughts on it. Give me a comment below. Do me a huge favor. If you were down with this video, if you found value from this video, shoot it a like. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel for more Vegas and Summerlin updates.